next problem is the following table is a frequency distribution table regarding the concentration of a sulfur dioxide in the air in parts per million of a certain city for 30 days. Okay. Using this table, find out the probability of a concentration of a sulfur dioxide in the interval 0.12 to 0.16 on any of these days. Okay, this is the table. In that table you have concentration of sulfur dioxide that is in the class interval form, and frequency means the number of days you are given. In 4 days you have a concentration of sulfur dioxide in the air like this 0.00 to 0.04 like that, and 4 days you have a concentration of sulfur dioxide in between 0.16 to 0.20 like that. You know how to read this table. Okay. So, using this frequency distribution table, you have to find the probability of concentration of sulfur dioxide in the interval 0.12 to 0.16. Okay. So, in the answer part you have to write probability of what concentration of sulfur dioxide in the interval 0.12 to 0.16. Okay, 0.16. That is equal to what you have to write in numerator place, number of days in which concentration of sulfur dioxide is like this, means in the interval 0.12 to 0.16. How many days you have? See the interval 0.12 to 0.16. In that how many days are there? 2 days. Okay. So, in 2 days you have a concentration of sulfur dioxide like this. Okay, in the interval 0.12 to 0.16. So, here you have to write number of days. Okay, number of days in which concentration of sulfur dioxide between 0.12 to 0.16 parts per million. Okay, number of days in which concentration of sulfur dioxide like this in the interval 0.12 to 0.16 parts per million, dividing by total number of days. Now, trials place you have to write days, and event place concentration of sulfur dioxide between this number 0.12 to 0.16. Okay, I will write up how many days you have concentration of sulfur dioxide between 0.12 to 0.16. There are 2 days. Okay, so in numerator you have to write 2 dividing by total number of days, that is 30. 2 by 30, you can cancel by 2 once 15 times. So, here our probability answer is 1 out of 15, 1 by 15. Okay, thank you. Problem in our probability chapter is the following is a frequency distribution table regarding the blood groups of 30 students of a class. Use this table to determine the probability that a student of this class selected at random has a blood group AB, and the table is like this. Okay, you have to refer this table to find out the probability that the chosen student has a blood group AB. Okay, so according to the standard formula, how formula changes to this probability. So, here we have to find a probability that the selected student has a blood group AB. Okay, so P of student has a blood group AB. In a standard formula, you have in a numerator that number of trials in which event E has happened, and denominator you have total number of trials. What you have to write in numerator place now? Number of students having a blood group AB, okay, that you have to write in numerator place, dividing by total number of trials. In that you have to write a total number of students. So in a numerator you have to write a number of students having a blood group AB, dividing by total number of students. For both the numerator and denominator, you have to read the table. Okay, in that table, what you have blood group AB. In that you have number of students are 3. So number of students having blood group AB is 3, dividing by total number of students is 30. Okay, and 3 and 30 can cancel by 3 once 3 10 times. So here probability answer is 1 by 10. Okay, thank you. Next problem is in a particular section of a class 9, 40 students were asked about the months of their birth, and the following graph was prepared for the data so obtained. Okay, and this is the graph, and for that you have to find the probability that a student of the class born in August. Okay, you have to refer this graph to answer this probability. Now what we have to find? We have to find the probability that the student of that class was born in August. Okay, so P of student born in August, that we have to find. Now what is the event? Event is that student born in August, and probability of event formula is a number of trials in which event E has happened in a numerator, dividing by total number of trials in a denominator. Now number of students who born in August, that you have to write in a numerator, dividing by total number of students in a denominator. So in a numerator you have to write a number of students born in August, dividing by total number of students. Now students. Okay. Now number of trials place you have students. Okay, number of students who born in August, dividing by total number of students. Number of students born in August, you are not given directly, you have to read that from the graph. Now where is a month August? Here you have August month, that rectangular bar is of height how much, that you have to see, that is of height 6. Okay, in the month August you have a rectangular bar of height 6, that indicates that there are 6 students who born in August in this class. Okay, so number of students who born in August is 6, dividing by total number of students. Total how many students are there in that class, that you have to write in denominator, that is 40. Next both are even numbers, so you can cancel by 2 3 times and 2 20 times. So answer is simplified answer is 3 by 20. So this is the probability that the selected student who born in the month August. Okay, thank you. Next problem is a coin is tossed 1000 times with the following frequencies: head 455, tail 545. Compute the probability for each event. Okay, you have to find a probability of each event. Means you have to find a probability of event head, getting head, and probability of getting a tail when you toss a coin 1000 times. Okay. So first we find a probability of getting head. So you have to write like this: P of getting head. According to the standard formula, in numerator what you have to write? Number of trials in which event E has happened. Means the number of tosses in which head appears on the coin, that you have to write in numerator place, dividing by total number of trials. In that place you have to write a total number of tosses, that is 1000. For a given random experiment, denominator is same, that is total number of trials that is same. Okay, now that is 1000. So according to the formula, numerator you have to write number of tosses in which head appears head appears dividing by total number of tosses. And that is equal to number of tosses in which head appears. You are given head appears 455 number of times. So in the numerator you have to write 455 dividing by total number of tosses, that is 1000. And both the numbers you can cancel by 5. So cancel by 5. 5 9 times 45, 1 time 5, and 5 2 times 10, 0 times 0, 0 times 0. Okay. So probability answer for the first event that is getting head, that is 91 dividing by 200. Okay. Same type you have to find the probability of a second event, that is getting tail on the coin. Okay. So now second one, probability of getting the tail, formula same type but instead of head you have to use now tail. Number of tosses in which tail appears on the coin. So in numerator you have to write the number of tosses in which tail appears dividing by total number of tosses. Now you observe that given data in the question, number of tosses in which tail appears means how many times you got a tail out of 1000, that you have to write in the numerator, that is 545 dividing by total number of tosses, that is 1000. Now also you can cancel by 5. 5 ones 5 and 5 won't divide 4, so put a 0, don't miss this 0, and now take 45, 5 9 times 45, next 5 2 times 10, 0 times 0, 0 times 0. So here you will get probability 109 dividing by 200. So this is the probability of getting second event, that is getting tail. Okay, thank you. Next problem is two coins are tossed simultaneously 500 times and we get two heads 105 times, one head 275 times and zero no head 120 times. You have to find the probability of occurrence of each of these events. There are three events, that is getting two heads, getting one head, getting no head. You have to find the probability of occurrence of each of these events. Okay. So now first one, answer for the first one, that is the probability of occurrence of this event, that is probability of getting two heads, P of getting two heads, that is equal to what you have to write in numerator place, number of tosses in which two head appears on the coin, that you have to write in numerator place dividing by total number of tosses. Okay. So here number of tosses in which two heads appears on the coin, two heads appears dividing by total number of tosses. Okay. Number of trials place tosses and event is getting two head and dividing by total number of trials place total number of tosses. Okay, that is equal to number of tosses you are given directly, number of tosses in which two heads appears on the coin, that is 105 times. Okay, so in the numerator you have to write 105 dividing by total number of tosses. Total two coins are tossed 500 times, so total number of tosses is 500, and both the numbers you can divide by 5. 5 2 times 10, 5 ones 5, next 5 10 times 50 and 0 times 0. So answer is 21 by 100 for the first event. Next same type for the second event, that is the probability of getting now one head. Okay. So P of getting one head, like this you have to write, and formula in place of two heads you have to replace by one head now. Number of tosses in which one head appears on the coin dividing by total number of tosses. I already said you that denominator is same for a given random experiment. Okay. So now denominator is what? Denominator is 500 and numerator changes according to the event. What is the event now? Getting one head. How many times? 275 times. So in the numerator you have to write 275. That is the number of tosses in which one head appears. That is equal to, you can cancel by 5. 5 times 25, 2 left 25, 5 times. Next 5 ones 5, 0 times 0, 0 times 0. Again you can cancel by 5, 5 ones 5 ones, then 5 2 times 10, 0 times 0. So answer is 11 by 20. So this is the probability of getting a one head, probability of a second event. Next third one is you have to find probability of a occurrence of a third event, that is the probability of getting no head. No head means a zero head. Okay, so formula changes as number of tosses in which no head means a zero head appears. Okay, or I will write no head appears on the coin dividing by total number of tosses. How many times you got a zero head, that you have to write in the numerator place, that is 120, dividing by total number of tosses, that is 500, and here you can cancel 0, 0, and 12 and 50 you can cancel by 2, 6 times, and 2, 25 times. So answer is 6 by 25. So this is the probability of occurrence of third event, that is getting no head. Okay, thank you.